guys, welcome to Simplifying Tech and Programming. So in today's session we are going to check about Java password encryption and decryption, basic and advanced methods. So for this I am referring my blog, that is Simplifying Tech and Programming. So blog link is provided into video description. So there is a often requirement to encrypt the sensitive data like passwords or secret keys or any objects or any files to stored into encrypted format, so that data security should be maintained. So there are multiple ways available in the market in order to that encrypt and decrypt, but I am giving you some simple ways, basic way we can do it via like a base64. Also base64 API, it is available in Java util package, and in advanced way if you want more robust security for your secret keys or passwords, then we can use the AES one. So AES is basically like advanced encryption standard that is provided by Javax package of Java. So we are going to check about this basic and advanced level authentication or encryption of data. Okay, so for this we are referring ciphers also for the advanced encryption. One of the in advanced encryption standards, we have used Cypher. So Cypher is a technique in order to encrypt and decrypt your data in the Java. So let's start a simple. So Java util provides for the encryption and decryption. In that we can use this API and we can encrypt the. So let's start creating a Java project and Java class for the base64 encoding. Okay, so let's go to Eclipse and create the simple Java project. Java. Give name as a Java base64 AES and AES. Okay. Okay, so Java project is created. Now go to source and create the simple Java class file and name it. First we are going to check about base64. So give name as a base64. Okay, finish. Yeah, now let's go to blog and copy this piece of code. So I will explain you what is this. So let's go to Eclipse again, paste it here, close this. Okay, so we have to import this package base64, that is java.util, and for encoder also like we have to util base64. For decoder also we have to use base64. Okay, so this is a simple piece of program where we want to encrypt our password or any string value. Okay, so we are using this encoder class. This class implements the encoder for encoding the byte data into base64, that is defined in RFC 4648. So this is the like API provided by Java util Java class, Java util base64 class, where we can able to encode the data. So we are just creating the object of base64.getEncoder. Okay, so in the base64 package of util class, there is a get encoder and there is a get decoder methods are there. Okay, so just declare your string. So this is the string we are going to encode it first. So I am invoking this encoder dot encode to string, this method for the encoder class. Okay, so this encodes the specified byte array into string value. Okay, and then this I'm converting this string into bytes. okay, and I want to encode this data. So this way, like let's comment this first. Okay, wait. Just run the program in order to see if it is encoded or not. Okay, yeah, so in simple way, like we are converting this string into like bytes, and these bytes we are providing to encoder class in order to like encode the value. So here we got the output. This is our encoded value. So this value we can use in wherever you are configuring your passcode or secret data. This encrypted value can be used, or in the property files also. So instead of putting the direct secret key over property file, you can use this encrypted value. Okay, now suppose in the program, so suppose this value you have like kept into the database or property file, and in the program, like again you want to decode it, and you have to use it for your application purpose. So here is the decoder logic is there. So I'm invoking get decoder for the base64, and I'm invoking this decode method and providing this encoded string value in order to decode. Okay, just save it and just run it. So our objective is we will get this value again. Okay, so this decrypted value we got it again via decryptor your secret key. So we have like initially decoded encoded this value, and now we have decoded this value. Now going further, so let's go to some advanced technique for encryption of data, where like there is a like in the base64, what is the disadvantage of base64 is developer base64 able to like take your key, and he can able to do the base64 invoke this decoder API, and he can secret data. So in order to avoid that, so we can use some advanced techniques in the Java. So in that you can define your own ways to create the to generate the secret keys. Okay, and we can assign this, we can use ciphers along with that secret key, and we can give the more enhanced encryption logic in order to encrypt your data. Okay, so for that so we are using this AES AES in the Java's crypto. So Java crypto has provided this AES. Okay, so inside that let's so there is a plain text, so which value we are going to encrypt, and there is a secret key. So as I mentioned, so along with cipher key, so we are generating this text, means the encrypted value. Okay, so now what I mentioned about secret key. So secret key, there are two ways to generate the secret key in AES. So one is like generating from the random number or deriving from the given password. So we are using like deriving from the given password. For generating the secret key, we can use key generator class. So that is the size of like 128 to 256 bits. Okay, so now just create a new class, and first let's start creating the advanced encryptor. Okay, so let's say AES class. Okay, so I will mention you. So we have to import this java.security for the key. Now for this key, this javax.crypto.spec. So what is this? So so this is a key generator class, so where I need this key to be generated in order to use this key into the encoding. Okay, so now what it is doing, so we are using this algorithm as a AES, and this is the key value. So key value is a random value of 16 digit, where you can provide any value here. So with the help of this value, he can able to generate one key, so that should be used in like AES encryption. Okay, So here I am creating the object for key. So if you want to check the what is key, then key is the interface in top level interface of all keys that defined functionally shared by all key objects. And this is simply like creating the unique key. Okay, so by using this get secrets key specs, so it is creating some key that will be used in further program. Okay, so now encryption. So our secret key is created. So after creating the secret key, so we need to create the instance of Cypher class and use the get instance method of Cypher class. So now what is the Cypher class? javax.crypto.cypher package has provided one class that represents the encryption algorithm. So the term Cypher is a standard term for encryption algorithm in the world of cryptography. That's why the Java class is called as a Cypher. It is not as a encryptor or decryptor. So it is a Java terminology to use that encryption technique as a Cypher. So in order to start with this AES encryption, so we need one library, one external common codec library. So you can download this from this mentioned path, or if you are creating Maven project, then you need to add this dependency into your pom.xml file. So I already has downloaded this jar file, so just I have to add into class path. So I am just copying the code here, and first I am adding that library. So go to properties. I have to add that commons codec jar. Okay, so this is the Java build path. Inside Java build path, so add external jars. So it is in my downloads, so I just need to import this jar file. Okay, so say import and apply and close. Okay, so that jar file is now added into my class path. Now just I have to import this. So control space, and I have to import control shift O in order to import your all packages. So I have to import this base64 and this Cypher. Okay, so I have imported javax.cypher and javax.crypto.secret key space and this base64. Okay, so now here what I'm doing, that I'm creating this encrypt method, and inside that encrypt method, so I'm calling this Cypher. So I already told you what is Cypher. So this is the Java convention in order to use this API for encryption. Okay, so I'm getting the encryption, I'm getting the instance of this Cypher class, and this algorithm is AES. Okay, now this is the init method I'm invoking for the Cypher, and this encrypt Cypher.encrypt mode is there. So this is one means for encryption and two means for decryption, and here I am providing this key. So this key will be coming from this generated key. Okay, so so now my Cypher is initialized. Now I am getting the bytecode value in order to encrypt that value. Okay, so my value to be encrypted, so let's go to this class. Okay, so I have to copy this main method, just add it here. Okay, so so this is the encrypt method. So for this I am passing this this key to be encoded. Okay, so now the value to be encrypted, so that is this value, your secret key. So now I want to encrypt this value, so I'm invoking this do final method of the Cypher class in order to get that value into bytes. Okay, into the Cypher. Okay, so here I got the bytecode value of the Cypher for the provided string. So now I am converting that value to I'm passing that value to encoder in order to encode that value via that common 64, that Apache Commons API. By using that, I am passing this Cypher encrypted value to Apache Common class, and here I am just converting this bytecode value into string value. So let's see if this can able to encode this value. So just right click, first save it, and just right click and just run this program. So by using this AES encryption method and Cypher, this value should be encrypted. So this your secret key should be encrypted. Okay, so we got the encryption. So this is the encrypted value in terms of AES algorithm. Okay, now we have to decrypt this value. Now go to program again and just copy this decryption. For the decryptions, we need to initialize the cipher using decrypt mode. Okay, so just copy this and just add it here, save it. So now same technique, just I am using the decryption. So so what I'm doing, so I'm declaring this cipher, I'm getting instance of cipher object or the cipher API, and I'm invoking the init method for the cipher, and I'm using decrypt mode. So I mentioned that 2 is for decryption, 1 is for encryption. Okay, and I'm passing that key we have generated here. Okay, so by using this key we are going to like decrypt this value. Now by using Apache common codec, so I'm just passing this value, encrypted value, into byte format. Okay, so this encrypted value that is generated in encode method, so I'm passing this to Apache commons codec. Okay, now by using this converted value from the Apache commons codec, so I'm passing to Cypher's do final method. Okay, so this do final method like encrypts or decrypt the data in single part operation. Okay, so this value now Cypher is creating into byte format, and this I am here converting and printing into string format. Okay, so our objective is we are passing this value here. Okay, and we want to get our original value, this value. Okay, so just save it and run it. Oh sorry, I have like commented this method. So again, just I have to run it. So now this decrypt method should give this output value as original. Yeah, so we got our initial key again, so that as a decrypted value. So this value is decrypted into this. Okay, so this way, like we can use this JAVAX AEX algorithm in order to encrypt and decrypt our sensitive data. Okay, so as a conclusion, like we learned about how we can encrypt and decrypt the input data like string and password based data by using simple base64 class and advanced AES algorithm in Java. So the source code is available into GitHub. So GitHub link is provided here also and in video description also. Yeah, so let's see in the next session. So thanks a lot for watching.